All right, Shalom. I'm going to start out by giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Shema, Shabbat, Shema, Kakodash. Double honor to the apostle and others, great millstone. Shalom to Allah, Akim, out there pushing the word of sincerity and truth. Yeah, I want to do this lesson on this article, and I've seen a few articles that popped up in regards to this, and just give a few comments through the spirit, because now we see that since Trump has got inaugurated, he has been going against pushing a lot of executive orders against the LGBTQ community, against minorities, which represents the tribes, of course, blacks, Latinos, predominantly. Really, the Latinos starting off, but it's gonna leak over to the Southern Kingdom. Now, in regards to Gad and Reuben, really, they've been conquered already. You don't really hear too much of vibrations of what's going on when it comes to those natives on the res and things of that nature. They're not really pushing the envelope of really making themselves a real factor in America. Now, I'm not saying they don't protest or they don't have spokesmen and things of that nature, but in totality, those natives have been overthrown. And I say that in difference from the Latin tribes, because the one thing about the Northern Kingdom, they're the backbone of the labor market. When it comes to blue collar labor, the structuring, construction, when it comes to building projects and things of that nature, all throughout America, in other countries, the Latin tribes, predominantly Issachar, they help structure and build these countries, and they do a lot of reproduction, and they speak about how Latins are going to take over, in the next coming decades. So this individual Trump is on a full-scale flurry, to reduce anything that comes against this Western enterprise, and like I said, the main individuals he's coming against is us, the tribes, the ones that still have, potential to fight back through the spirit. And it's ultimately the elect, because first and foremost, he's making it more difficult in order to move and maneuver freely, if you aren't fully down with this beast system, because that's what it's all going towards, the beast system, coupled by, of course, the RFID, which is the mark of the beast, but they don't speak about the true criminal, the true animal that has a long history of wickedness under his belt. And it's the JOOs, those small hats. I'll say that the people with the small hats, because now we're starting to get more and more censored, and they were speaking about actual deportations of individuals that speak against said people. So case in point, this is the second. It says Guatemala cracks down on Israeli Jewish sect Lev Tohar as child trafficking probe widens, which is crazy. Lev is and Tahar, but that is like Tahar on the left hand side. This is Satan. The false tie, because Lev is short for Levi. I was just thinking that's hilarious, but we always joke here in the Atlanta camp about everybody having a what they call them, doppelganger. So anyways, you have this individual, this guy who was a sect leader that was doing a lot of human trafficking, and it says child abuse following the arrest of one of the senior members, according to press reports. Yoel Alter, 35, was detained earlier this week outside a government-run center for minors in Guatemala City, according to the TRT World. The arrest was carried out in coordination with Interpol and authorities confirmed that he is wanted in Mexico for human trafficking. He expected to be extradited soon. Yeah, so the crackdown follows a major operation in Ontario, southeast of Guatemala City, where authorities separated 148 children from their parents, citing severe abuse, including the R word. Yeah, so when these things go down, which this guy was a community leader in that sect, Lev Tahar, when these things go down and we speak on it, we get looked at like the enemy. But it's common proof that these individuals that's the faces of the world, that control your banking enterprises, control the world. You have BlackRock, you got Vanguard, and you got all these different powerful companies ran by those people, the small hats, and there, as well as the left-hand side rings that's underground, the child trafficking, drug trafficking gangs, which we were talking about that a few months ago. A lot of these even major gangs within the 40s and 50s, those small hat gangs that was under the mob, because you had the Russian mafia, you had the Italian mafia, you had the Jewish mafia, you had all kind of different mafias, or the mob, if you will, But those small hats had their own sect, and they were. But you had one guy, what's his name? Was going through this. Meyer Lansky, as well as a few other guys. They were pushers of wickedness, man. Pushing drugs, pushing prostitution, pushing trafficking, and as those Italians and their enterprises dissolved, this man forwarded his legacy. And these things got passed down to different generations. Because whenever somebody falls off or somebody get locked up, guess what? They get replaced. So these rings, even this crackdown, say if this is a crackdown, all these children got freed, it's gonna be always a new face that's gonna take up the baton of the person that was before them. And he's gonna have a lot of connections within the federal government to push his plans. And that's why some of these guys, when they get cracked, they was doing a little too much, and they wasn't following the instructions thoroughly. So they stick their neck out there too far. They hyperextend themselves, and they got to pay the piper. So I just wanted to speak on that in the spirit, get some precepts, through the spirit, and show that at the end of the day, you could shut us up, you could throw us in these detainment centers, concentration camps, you could kill us, you could do whatever you want. You have the free will to do whatever you want, but through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, there will be a standard that'll be lifted. And that's why this man moves with a high level of hesitancy, because we're the ones that's shaking the hand, like it tells you in Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter. We speak ill of your doings, you contrary, and we do call you all counterfeits, because y'all not the real, y'all not thorough. All right, like when you got a counterfeit 100, or you got a counterfeit 50, or a counterfeit 20, you gotta elevate it to a certain light to see through it, to see if it has those certain, I don't know if it's the watermarks or certain things within the light projects through to show the authenticity. And see, through the light, which is the Holy Spirit or this word, when it's projected in the faces of you small hats, y'all don't measure up to the stature. So we know y'all not it. All right. So this is Revelations 3:9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say are Jews. They are Jews, and this was originally talking about Israelites, but we use it now, of course, for those 1948ers, and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. Love too, the true Israelites, which come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, through the line of Shem, because we aren't anti-Semitic as they want to say. We come from the line of Shem. We're pro-Shemitic. We can't be anti our line. That's like being you're anti-Negro, which Negro isn't even a true bloodline. you know. But if you're saying that in regards to your bloodline, you know, we can't be anti our own bloodline. You know, we're here to progress the line of Shem through ourselves, through our legacies, and through our path, you know, that the spirit of the power Yahweh Shema Shai has given us to do so. So, you know, I didn't want to make it long. I got to go to work in 5 minutes, you know, and these guys that have paid off, talking about these small headers that paid off these different governments, and they're using their power to control the narrative and come against us, they're going to be in for a rude awakening, you know. So we just have to strive for the truth as it is written. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. So with that, I'm going to end by giving all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Shema, Shabbat, Shema, Kakodash. Double honor to the apostle of the great millstone. Shalom, Akim.